Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the fifth round of the TCR, Sim Experience TCR World Championship. Coming from Watkins Glen, I am your host this evening, Mornay Deploy. We are streaming live to YouTube and to Twitch, so either platform you're on. Welcome to all of you guys. First and foremost, please let me know as soon as you can if the audio is not up to scratch, anything like that. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, so we're finally at the fifth round of Watkins Glen with 13 minutes left of qualifying. And yeah, we missed out last week. It was out of our hands due to load shedding. It's basically, to anyone in the international region, it's basically power cuts. So basically, that's with regards to the stream last week. But yeah, we are 12.5 minutes left of qualifying. Sorry, I just had some interruptions here. 12.5 minutes left of qualifying, and at the moment, Tommy Leary and Moss topping the leaderboard. We will go on board with him, or just follow along with him. See how he gets round. Maybe while we are, let's actually go on to with the. There we go, that camera. Find someone who's actually in the pits. I'm not sure if, I think their Basil Van Range just gone into the pits. Just to basically show you guys the leaderboard. And as you can see, Dennis Mitchell is actually running the highest ballast this evening with 50 kilos. It's quite a heavy ballast, especially for this track, going up the hill. I believe it's the fifth last corner. It might be the hill part of the track by the boot. Second place, we have Peter Grobler running the 45 kilo ballast with 102 points. Stephen Castellan in third with a 40 kilo ballast this evening. So the top three are going to really struggle, I think, at this track. But it will kind of even things up, in the top 10. And then obviously you can see there, fourth place, Marvin Close, just outside that ballast range, not far behind, not far behind the top three. And then we also have Jason Null in fifth place, Pacebat Narkle, who's couldn't join us tonight, in sixth place. Seventh is Dylan Saki, Mika Abrams in eighth, Guilherme Silva, which also can't be here tonight, unfortunately, in ninth, and then in 10th place, Ross Human. And then just having a look at the bottom half, 11th place, Sean Ullifie, Sean Johnson in 12th, Leandro Dippenaar in 13th, Dennis Knutzer, I don't think has joined us as well tonight. And then 15th place is Basil van Rijn. Andre Hildebrand in 16th, Rian van der Westhuizen in 17th, 18th is Tom Larry Moss, 19th, Willem Steen, I think is another one that couldn't join us this evening. So in need of a lot of points, it looks like it, but unfortunately just couldn't make it tonight. And then we also have Donnie Stunder in 20th, rounding out the top 20. And then having a look at the track map this evening, as you can see, we are at Watkins Glen, like I said. Same format as always, qualifying 15 minutes, race 1, positions, race positions based on qualifying times. Race 2 is a full reverse grid based on the results from race 1. So starting off on the start-finish straight, we'll actually play a little bit of a replay, a video that I've kind of prepared from Mika Abrams. He's done a lap over here at Watkins Glen. Not a particularly fast lap, but a decent one at the very least. I believe it was a 157 point something. I'll be showing you guys in a minute. But turn 1 going through the 90. It's a 90 degree, obviously, hence the name, 90 degree right-hander. Going through the S's onto the back straight, trying to carry as much speed between the S's and the back straight is where guys are going to struggle with ballast. So that top 3 Dennis Mitchell, Stephen Castellan, and Peter Krobler are going to struggle going up that hill there. So look out for passes coming on that back straight. And we go to the bus stop, the inner loop, and then the outer loop, down through the chute, the left-hander, and then starting off the boot with toe. It's basically, you can see quite a long hairpin to the right, not such a tight one, but I think you're going to see quite a few different lines going through the toe there, and then obviously onto the hill, and then the last two corners back through past the pit lane, through the start finish again. So Watkins Glen, a 5.552 kilometer circuit with a capacity of 38,900. Very, very iconic track. Basically owned by NASCAR at the moment, I believe, and then also hosts a variety of different sports classes and that sort of thing, like the World Sports Car Championship, Trans Am and Can-Am, NASCAR Cup Series, and the IMSA Series, the International Motorsports Association Series, and as well, last but not least, the IndyCar Series. So quite a lot of racing action goes down on this particular track. Some people favor it, some people don't. I think the guys with the ballast would agree tonight that they're definitely not in favor of these hills. And then obviously the weather as well, 25 degrees in the air, 35-degree track temperature. That temperature will rise just a little bit, a few degrees during the race, being 1:30 in the afternoon. So I don't think that tire wear is going to be a particular issue. Like every week, these races are 20 minutes long. So I think they should be fine with clear skies. And yeah, it should be a good one. Let's have a look at the track sort of hot lap that was prepared. That was done by, completely went blank on his name now, Mika Abrahams. Let's have a quick look at that track guide, and then I'll just leave you through it. So starting off a lap here at Watkins Glen, flat out all the way down to about the 100-meter board just before the 50, clipping a bit of the curb there. You can run wide over here as well, even wider than what Mika ran right there, but trying to keep it nice and tidy through there, keep a tight line through these S's. So this is the hill that I was saying where the guys are going to really struggle. I think especially if there are drivers behind the top three with the ballast, they're going to be getting a really good slipstream along the straight. Again, hard braking just at the 50, turn sharp right in, quick right, and then left, and then right again. Down through the outer loop, turn 5. Maximizing your exit there, staying far left as possible. And this one, you're going to be kind of patient. You don't want to get on the power a little bit too early, because otherwise you will run wide here into that barrier, which I've seen during practice a lot of guys doing. And then over here, I think he's going to keep a tight line over here, as tight as possible. Yes, I think maybe the guys with ballasts, they're going to have to take a little bit of a wider line through the hill there, just to kind of get a better run up for the straight ahead. And then again, just at the 100 meter, just after it, hard braking to the right again, heading up to the third last corner. Another potential overtaking opportunity, depending on your exit of the previous corner. Again, keeping a tight line and then running a little bit wide here to maximize that exit. And then second last corner. You can run again a little bit wide over there, but it will hurt you if you run too wide, and then keeping a nice tight, hitting the apex there, shaving the wall as close as you can, and finishing off that lap. So that is a lap at Watkins Glen. So we've got 4 minutes left of qualifying right now. We'll just have a look at the times. Pasaki leading the top of the leaderboard. Surprisingly, I think, because I mean, I know he was quick, but I think, you know, I never really saw him practice during the week. But that's a really great time from Dylan Pasaki. He's on a lap right now, I believe, on an out lap. And then in second place, Basil, who is generally pretty quick. In second so far, Mika Abrams pulling in a stellar third place there. Again, a little bit surprising because, I mean, Mika's been running in the top 10, you know, since he joined the TCR championship. But he hasn't been as high as third, I don't think, in qualifying. Fourth place is Steven, so pretty good results so far, provisionally for Steven, with that 40 kilo ballast. I believe he's got the 40 kilo. 40, 45, either way, it's still quite a hefty ballast. Melvin in fifth place, so good position from him. He's going to want to try and keep as close as possible to Steven with that ballast and maybe get a run on him through down on the first or second lap. Who else have we got? Dennis Mitchell in ninth place. So the top 10 all within around about a second and a half. So it's not going to be too hectic. I mean, in terms of pace, everyone's still pretty close to each other. Dennis actually on a lap right now. We'll see if we can get a nice onboard shot here. As we see, maybe if we can spot anything that's a little bit different to Mika's lap that we just seen a few minutes ago. So kind of keeping the same line there as Dennis, 1.5 minutes left of qualifying. Dylan Pasaki still on the top, Basil van Rijn in second, and Mika Abrams in third. So you can actually hear the oscillation of the engine there, just going through up that hill. So currently only 1/10 behind Tommy. We'll see if he can actually better this lap. I'm sure he's not loving the ballast at the moment. So I think he's actually pulling out of this. I think maybe he thinks it wasn't a good lap. So he's abandoned that. He's probably going to go for one more. I believe he does have time for one more. Let's see if anyone else is on a hot lap here. Basil van Rijn. He's on an out lap currently. Coming to the start. So we'll see if he can actually get, maybe he'll steal pole position from Dylan, who knows. You see how close they get to the wall here on the exit. So he doesn't actually get too close there, so surprisingly, we'll see. I think Dylan Pasaki might have this qualifying run in the bag. So we don't have all the drivers tonight. There were quite a few that actually couldn't make it. But at least we still have, I believe, let me just have a double check. We still have 17 drivers in the race. So it should still be a pretty good one. This is a personal favorite track of mine as well. Dylan Pasaki, he is starting another lap, but I think this might be too late. I know it is set to be 200% of the leader of the fastest lap times, time that's left over from the session. But Dylan Pasaki choosing not to take another lap there. He's happy with his 1:55.610, which he should be. So halfway through the championship now in this round 5 Watkins Glen race. There are 5 rounds left. So it feels like we should be way into the championship already, but obviously with the delay we had with the load shedding, it's obviously hindered us a little bit, but hey, we just carry on. So the next round is actually Tor-Poznan, so Poznan in Poland. So that should also be quite a nice, fun flowing track. So Basil currently still, let's see what his times are like through the sectors. At the moment, doesn't have the fastest two first and second sector times. We will quickly see if he can do better on this lap, and then we'll cut to an ad break. So he in fact does not better his time, so he's gonna have to take second place there. I don't think he'll have enough time for another lap, but we're gonna cut to an ad break, guys, and we will be back shortly for the first race, so please don't go anywhere, and yeah, stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome back. We are currently just waiting for the countdown timer. For some reason, it had changed to, I think, a 2 or 3 minute wait time before the race start. So unfortunately, we are stuck with the timer right now. But maybe I can just give you guys, while we're waiting for that timer to count down, just a little bit of a view. I don't think the track is gonna look as good from the air over here because I don't think they are meant to be viewed from this high up in the drone camera. But as you can see, the guys are already lined up, waiting. All the way in the back here, Marius van Wyk. We'll actually try and get a good view of the start over here. And then we've got Sean Coghill on just in front of him to the left. Donnie Standard in 15th over there on the right. And then Rian van der Westhuizen in 14th. Jano Drippenaar just there in front of him. 12th place Claessens, Ross Human, and we have Andre Hildebrandt. Dennis Mitchell in 9th, so we'll see what he can do with the race start. Peter Krobler in 8th, Jason Nell in 7th. Tommy Leary Mars in 6th, and Melvin Close in 5th. 4th place Stephen Castellan, Mika Abrams in 3rd. Basil van Rijn in 2nd, and in 1st place we have Dylan Fasaki. So we'll see how he can get on with the race start here, see if he can hold his own. But we are getting ready right here. You see the guy, the little dude there on the left-hand side, the race director, I would say, getting ready to wave that flag there. So we see the lights come up, and we'll see how he does. So 3, 2, 1, and they are off. A little bit of a bad start by Dylan Fasaki, so Basil getting the jump on him. Going to the inside is Mika Abrams trying to get to 2nd place, and we'll see if he gets it done. So side by side there. So the positions change. It's just 1st and 2nd, with Dylan Fasaki dropping to 2nd place, Basil van Rijn taking it. And then Mika Abrams still in 3rd, but these guys are neck and neck going through the S's. So Basil under some pressure now, not too much pressure. He's got Dylan Fasaki just about a 2nd behind him, but Mika Abrams side by side going through the bus stop chicane there, the inner loop as they call it. So very close racing here from these guys. We'll see. Abrams drops to 4th place, Marvin Close in 3rd. So a mistake by Abrams possibly. But I mean, you know, it's super tight racing. There's bound to be some mistakes and that made at the start of the race while everyone's still bunched up. So Basil van Rijn running away with it right now, 2 seconds ahead. Dylan Fasaki in 2nd, 3rd place, and Marvin Close, as we see in the blue Volvo Cars Namibia sponsored Lincoln Co. Dennis Mitchell still in 9th place. Mario Claessens in 11th. So him just going up in front of Ross Human, making up a position there. Marius at the back of the pack in 16th now, jumped up a position, taking Sean Coghill. Tommy Leary Moss sitting in 6th place still. We'll see if he can get any positions made up in the first few laps. You want to try and stick with the front runners, guys. Remember, Stephen Castellan is the only guy in the top 5 that actually has a ballast right now. So Dennis Mitchell going up into 8th place. Peter Krobler, something happening to Peter over there. I think maybe a little bit of contact or something in the Monster JTL livery. Dennis Mitchell gaining another position. Some close racing over here between Mika Abrams and Melvin Close. We'll actually see how close. So going into the inner loop again. So keeping it tidy this time is Mika. So not making a mistake that time. Not going to make the same mistake twice. So well done to him gaining a position. Now Melvin's going to have to try and fight back as he currently is. See a little bit of a gap behind him to Steven, but how close he is here to the back of Mika. We'll see if we can get a little bit of a shot with our drone camera. See if he makes a move here. He's thinking about it. You see Mika's just coming off the inside there. So not making a move just yet. He's probably just going to bide his time and see if he can maybe try and get him down the straight coming up. So still hanging with Mika. Sorry, my bad, with Steven behind Mika. Behind Melvin, who's actually behind Mika Abrams. So these guys now almost side by side. They're going to be side by side come the back straight. So something over here going on, a lot of positions being switched. I think Basil van Rijn going into the pits. I'm not sure why that is. Looks like a possible drive-through penalty. So Melvin close in third place, still just keeping in touch with Mika Abrams, trying not to make a mistake. So who's that going up on the inside there? Looks like Steven Castellan, just thinking about it, but then again thinking twice of it. So great shots here, just kind of a good view to see how close these guys are pushing the limits of the track. A little mistake from Mika brings Melvin a little bit closer, as you saw there. And Steven Castellan behind Melvin close. We'll see, something's going to happen here, I can just feel it. So again, welcome to all the new guys in the YouTube chat. Thanks for joining. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far in the race. Again, like always, we have some tight racing action with these TCRs. As you can see, between the top 5 currently at the moment, fighting it out for that P3. And glad to hear as well that the stream audio is going fine. Cleopas, thanks for joining us once again. You're always a good supporter to have around here, joining us on the streams. Wacky Wayne, welcome. Saying well done to Dylan. A lot of support for SRAC. Yeah, Basil, I think, had a jump start there. That would explain his drive-through. Ross Human getting close and overtaking Dennis Mitchell. So pretty close here. We'll see if if Ross Human unfortunately gets passed by Mario. So he's not going to be able to catch. Oh, and then slightly hitting the wall there. And almost taking out Andre Hildebrandt behind him. So I don't know if he had damage there which made him run a little wide, or maybe just he was off his line a little bit. But we'll see. So Dennis Mitchell being a little slower in this race, obviously, because of that ballast. Which is doing its job, doing its exact job which it was meant to do. We'll stick with Melvin up here in third place. Top 5 still currently within a second of each other. Dylan Pasaki's dropped a bit of time, actually. So Mika Abrams slowly catching back up to our leader. We'll go on board here with Andre Hildebrandt, who's doing well as well to stay in 11th place, almost in that top 10. Ross Human trying his best to keep him at bay. We see a little bit of a gap behind Andre Hildebrandt, looking back at Andre Jupanov. So Basil, with that drive-through that he had, is now dropped down to 13th place. So we'll see if he can make up. We're almost halfway through the race. We'll see if he can make up some time and just clip in the wall there. I'm not sure he's going to have too much damage, but these cars can endure quite a bit of scraping on the walls. Melvin now getting ever so closer to Mika. As Mika runs wide, Melvin's going to have a really good run now, but maybe it's just at the wrong time. He wanted probably to be a little bit closer going through the S's, but maybe it worked out pretty perfectly. We'll see. Again, going side by side here, we'll have a look how close he can actually get. So trying to go up on the outside, Mika defending on the inside. Again, holding his line. So great stuff there from Mika. I'm sure he is stressing out big time at the moment. But so nothing happening right there at the moment. So we'll just stay on board here. We'll see a little bit of a lockup there from Mika. So again, Melvin trying to stick as close as possible. Some really good racing here by these guys. Mika is feeling the pressure, I know. Look at that rear lockup. So maybe running a little bit too much of the rear bias. Side by side. Oh, this is going to be tight. Going into the third last corner. We'll see if we can get a good shot here for you guys from the helicam. So Melvin gets the job done. So great stuff from Melvin. I'm sure the guys on the YouTube channel are psyched about that. So good stuff by Melvin. Mika unfortunately succumbing to the pressure. We'll see if Mika now can keep, push the pressure, put the pressure back on Melvin. So great stuff there, Melvin. Well done. Andre Hildebrand getting, excuse me, really close to Peter Problo, who's running the 45 kilo ballast this evening. See how close he actually is going to get. See if he can make a move. So the middle of the pack running quite close here in front of Andre. 8th place to 11th place, running within a second. He's not going to have enough of a gap over here to make a move just yet, so having to brake a little bit early and heavily. Ross Human's looking to make a move here on Mario, and he actually gets the move done. So we'll see if he can hold that move, hold that line going through the inner loop. So Mario's thinking about having a fight back here, dives to the inside. We'll see if he can make it stick on the inside. Mario has to back off, as you saw there, so thinking twice of it, which in my eyes is probably a better idea. A lot of chaos can happen over there if you're not careful. I mean, it's barely a good idea going through there flat out with one car, let alone two. So Sean looks like he is getting a little bit close to Marius at the back. Andre going side by side here. This is Mario and... Is it Mario? Mario and Peter Krobler. So Peter Krobler running that green monster livery, that JTL. Side by side with Mario. A lot of cars up in here. We'll see if the guys can keep it clean. So Andre going on the inside, a little bit of a mistake from Peter, but holding onto it. A little bit of a lock-up again from Peter Krobler. We'll see if Andre can actually take advantage of this and maybe get a position. So Mario now under pressure from Peter Krobler, with Andre Hildebrand just behind him. This is the closest fight we have at the moment on track. We'll see Basil now coming behind, gaining a position from after his, or diving up the inside. So super close racing here. So that's perfectly fine as long as they give each other space. So great stuff there. Nice to see. So Basil van Rijn gaining a position, another position, 2 positions now since he had his drive-through. So great stuff to see as we see me sitting in the pits. Okay, we don't want to see that. So at the moment, Andre still sticking with Basil. Peter Krobler is now going under, Mario Claessen's going under attack from Peter Krobler. We'll see if he can make anything of this. So we're going to switch to our drone camera here, if we can try and get a good angle to see the action from above. So again, not too close yet to actually make that move. Going up through the hill after the boot. So we'll see, and maybe he makes a move here up on the inside now. There's Peter Krobler, who's apparently from Australia, as you can see by his flag at the bottom right, but I don't think he is going to dive. So great move. Is he going to make it stick? A little bit of contact, but I mean, that was minor, so well done. We'll see if Mario can fight back. I'm sure he's going to actually make the move here, fight back. We'll see from this view on the left-hand side. Still pretty close. We've got Basil joining the party now. So Peter's still ahead of Mario. Oh, and Basil trying to find a way left, right. He's trying to squeeze his way past Mario. Is he going to make it up the inside? We'll see. We'll stick with Basil here. See how close he can get to Mario before diving. Is he going to go for a dive? Oh, you know what? If you don't... Oh, and it is unfortunately a bit of contact. Looked like he locked up. So unfortunately there from Basil. It was his fault, so we'll see. He is waiting for Mario. Good stuff to see, but now he's got traffic behind him. So he's going to have to let two other cars past him, which I'm sure he might catch up. He's got the pace, so definitely should be able to catch up there. So, you know, pushing a little bit too hard. I was about to say great move from him, but I think the speed that he was going into that turn one was just a little bit too much to carry. We'll see Dennis Mitchell coming at that big pressure now from Ross Human. Oh, as I changed the cameras there, caught a big lock up from Dennis. So we'll see if Ross Human can keep this pressure up and gain another position, which would put Ross into 7th place. So I like this Helicam. It's a new camera addition that we have. I think it's just at this track. I haven't seen it at any of the other tracks before, but I really liking this Helicam. So a little bit of a lockup from Ross is not going to help him. He's only got 4.5 minutes left to try and gain this position, which currently is the closest fight we have on track. Besides Donnie Stunder, who's looking for a move on Rion van der Westhuizen, which we'll keep an eye on. But for now, I think we'll stick on this fight here with Ross Human and Dennis Mitchell. I know that Ross, if he can keep it consistent, he's definitely going to have the pace to catch Dennis. Let me try and have a look while we are on Ross here. What Dennis's fastest lap time is a 56.847 and Ross is a 56.620. So currently same in the top speed region, but just in the corners, Ross being that ever so slightly faster. As we see Donnie Stunder going past Rion van der Westhuizen. So Rion must have had a little bit of a mistake there. So nice, good job there by Donnie Stunder gaining a position there, puts him up into 13th. We'll see Ross Human going to look up the inside here, going through the inner loop in that bus stop. So Dennis giving him space. And good job by Ross there, gaining a position, 7th place now for Ross. So the guys have spread out a little bit, as we see throughout the race. Let's try and have a look here, so we can see, actually, maybe we'll be able to see who's on track where. So you'll see a lot of a lot of crashes going on when you see those little explosions happening. So we'll see me in the pits there currently. Ignore that. But you'll see Fasaki leading them up through the third last corner. So a little bit spread out. Obviously not too far spread out, but we'll see how far first place is Dylan Fasaki to last place, Basil van Rijn. Well, not last place, sorry. He's last place in the standings. He is actually last. I didn't actually think that he would be last. He must have had another accident or something. But yeah, just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of where they are on track. So lots of support from Basil and Krobbies. Keep pushing Melvin as well. Support for Melvin. 5 minutes left. Ish, we have 2 minutes left now. We'll see if we can get any changes to the standings. The closest fight right now is, I believe, with Mika Abrams and maybe Melvin, who's not too far ahead of him. But the last 5 minutes has seen the guys just spread out just that little bit. So we saw some smoke there in front of Mika with Melvin kicking up some smoke. Try and see how far away he is. So Mika, you see, he caught up there just a few tenths actually, and there was a lockup by Melvin. So it's enabled Mika just to, and another lockup again. It's enabled Mika just to go a little bit closer. So now through toe we go. Mika is getting again closer, but now Mika is the one who locks up. So definitely not going to help his chances if he wants to try and get that second place. He is in a podium position, but I'm sure he'd love to be in that second place spot. So right now, Basil is in a good position for the next race. Obviously, he won't be scoring many points in this race, maybe a couple points, maybe even if that. But he is currently in a decent position, obviously, for the reverse grid in the next race, race number 2. He's going to be in first place, so he'll probably think about trying to get keep it consistent in the next race and maybe gain some valuable points in race number 2. So with 35 seconds left on the clock, Dylan Fasaki will probably start the last lap. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure if it's going to be the last lap with 30 seconds still on the clock. But he is quite far ahead now of Melvin. 3 seconds roughly. But Melvin under pressure from Mika, just a little bit. He is in the slipstream now, so if he can get a good run through the inner loop, the next couple of corners, he might have a chance if he doesn't make any mistakes like lockups. So we will try and keep with these guys. So, oh, okay, running a little wide there is Mika. So he was trying to maximize his exit there, which kind of helped him a heck of a lot there. He's now 0.3 tenths. I think this one's going to come down to the wire. We'll see if we can get a decent onboard shot here. Going through laces, turn 6. Oh, and then through toe, and we've got boots. We've got the boot here, and we're going to go up through heel, and then the last 2 corners, that's all that's left. We'll see guys coming pretty close to each other the last few corners. I think this is the second last lap, so Mika will have another chance, and Dennis Mitchell's actually trying to get close to Ross Human to try and make a move and snatch that 7th place back. But Mika now trying to keep it together. There will be one more lap after this. So trying to keep it together here. Runs a little wide there. I'm not sure if he's going to get a cut track warning there, or track cut warning, sorry. But there you see confirmation. This is the last lap. So one more lap for Mika to be able to gain this place. We'll stick with these guys. I see Andre getting really close to Peter Froble again. I want to switch over, but I want to stick with the top 3. I mean, this is for the second place position. We'll see if Mika can get a good run down through the back straight here. Through the S as we go. So you can see Melvin covering off the inside. We're actually going to switch to the helicam. Oh, okay, you can see how close they got there, and Mika running a little bit wider this time. I'm not sure if he's going to have the momentum to carry him through to try and make a move. And it looks like that was his chance to try and stick close to Melvin. So well done to Melvin for not succumbing to that pressure from Mika Abrams. We'll see if Andre Hildebrand quickly can make a move on Peter. So nothing yet, as Dylan Fasaki coming through the last few corners now. So nothing happening just yet with Peter Froble and Andre Hildebrand. But great race by Andre Hildebrand, finishing in the top 10. It's a really good result from him. Well, it's not finished yet, but I mean, it's looking like he's not going to get a chance to actually make a move. but we are going to stick with them. So Dylan Pasaki coming near the end of the lap, so he will take the race win. I don't want to switch over to him just yet. I just want to keep an eye on this here. Dennis Mitchell's under pressure now from Stephen Cassim, so he must have made a mistake. So it's this fight, and then just up in front of them, Dennis Mitchell, oh, I think it's Ross Human actually making a mistake, yes, and Dennis Mitchell jumping up 3 positions, so well done to him. Andre Hildebrand still can't get that car to just sneak ahead of Peter Krobler, so that's how it's going to finish, I'm afraid, for Andre. So Dennis Mitchell, did he give that position back? I'm not sure, but what a great race that was. Dylan Pasaki holding on right to the end, so great stuff from him, taking the win in race 1. Marvin Close, great stuff in 2nd place. 3rd place, Mika Abrams just couldn't get it enough, get the car ahead enough, get the momentum to snatch 2nd place from Melbourne. Tommy Leary Martin in 4th, Jason Null in 5th, running out your top 5. So great stuff from everyone. We're going to take a short break and be back for race number 2, which definitely will be exciting. Basil van Ryn's not going to be starting on the front row. It doesn't look like it. It looks like Mario Claessens will snatch that from him. But at least he will be on the front row. Sorry, he won't be in pole, but he will be on the front row. So don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back shortly for an exciting 2nd race. So welcome back, everyone. We are getting ready here for race number 2. Again, our timer has decided to give a little bit of extra time for the guys to maybe go and get some refreshments, maybe something to drink, have a little bit of a toilet break. But we are set up really well here for a 2nd race, a reverse grid race. Again, I remind you. So Donnie Stunder, actually, that caught me by surprise. He's actually starting in pole for race number 2. Basil in 2nd, Sean Cargill in 3rd, and Marius in 5th place. So I am going to... Oh, my camera just did something really weird there. I apologize for that. We are just going to quickly try and run through the grid order here. try and just give you guys an idea actually of what these cars' liveries, what the guys' liveries look like. So while I have this opportunity as well, I just want to take a quick moment just to shout out to Alwyn, our sponsor, and then also to SKNY Media for all the video work, all the production work that goes into making these streams possible. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, please think about doing so. All it takes is one click. But don't feel obliged, and if you enjoy the content, drop a like. And then, so you keep getting some more of this content. And again, for the support, I know Denise Abrams, you're in the chat as well. So thank you for joining again and supporting Mika. But we are definitely in for a really good race, number 2. So yeah, definitely stick around. We also have a 24-hour Daytona race in R Factor 2 on the weekend, on Sunday evening, which I don't know yet if it is going to be streamed. Myself and Dennis are both going to be in the race, but he did mention something about him possibly streaming it, depending if we get numbers. So if you're around Sunday, maybe come join us then. Or on Saturday as well, we've got the British F4 Championships that are going to be running as well, so join us then. As we're getting ready for the race start, I'm going to switch again to the chopper view, or the helicam. So all the lights are up. 3, 2, 1. We'll see what a start Basil can get here. He needs a good start here at the beginning, as the cameraman decides to switch all the way to the first corner at the 90. So great start by Donnie Stunder, who's actually really under immense pressure from Basil. Now, as he goes for a dive, looked like he was actually going to turn in there, but great stuff from Basil there, keeping cars away from each other, not making any contact. So this is the start that Basil needed. Now with everyone, all the front runners from race number 1, who actually are the quickest, will have to work really hard now, because they are going to have to battle through the pack of the slower drivers. So Mika up to 9th already. Actually up to 9th, he actually dropped to 9th, so I'm not sure what happened with him there. Yandre Dippenau in 7th. Battle's going all over the place now. I'm going to try and do as little talking as possible and just let you guys get a good view of the action here, and I'll just chip in when I can as I see them happen, as I see the events fold. So Dippenau losing a couple of positions there to Dennis Mitchell and Abrams. Ross Human up to 6th, putting Marius van Beek under pressure now in 5th place. As you can see from the timing tower on the left there, when they flash yellow and red, it means yellow means they're getting pretty close, and then red means they're right on top of each other. So you can see that timing tower just going flashing red and yellow all over the place. Oh, who is that? That looks like it's Rion. No, it's Marius van Beek. So, unfortunate, just having a bit of a spin there. And then Ross Human as well. You see him just standing still on the side of the track there. Rion's up to 4th place, so great driving from Rion. I actually thought that was Rion that spun off, because they got a similar livery. But nice job on him for getting the car, sticking it in 4th place. Mika now up to 6th, who's going to be under pressure from Dennis Mitchell soon, as I say that, Melvin Close just swings by him like it's nothing. Obviously with that ballast that he's got, not helping him, but just flew by him. So Tommy Leary Moss, who we didn't see much of in the first race, going side by side, now overtaking Andre Hildebrandt. So see if he can stick that, make that move stick, and it looks like he has. Andre just putting it, you can see how close he is, putting under immense pressure once again. Now Mika getting super close to Peter Krobler, who's again running that ballast. So we'll see if he can make a move. So he has got the pace. You can see he's a little bit quicker because of that ballast. closest battle on the track at the moment between Mika and Peter Krobler. So we're going to stick with these guys. Although I say that there's little yellow flashes going on all over the place, but we know Mika is on a charge right now to try and get back up to the top and try and get a good result again, like the first race. A little bit of contact, so at least keeping it on track. Melvin's going to try and dive up the inside and actually goes ahead of Mika. So a little bit sideways. Mika's using that that front wheel power drift. So when these cars start to come around, they've got a lot of off-throttle oversteer. Or they call it power oversteer or power understeer. And basically the car just slides out and they just get on the throttle again and brings it back. So Mika making use of that right there. Steven Castellan going side by side here with Andre Hildebrandt. Oh, getting ever so close there. Peter Krobler now under pressure from Melvin Close and Mika Abrams as well there up in the fight. So Rion van der Westhuizen actually coming under big pressure here from Peter and Melvin. He's got nowhere to go really. He's going to be put, well, he's using all, I hope he doesn't get, oh, okay, well, someone needed to back off there and I'm not sure who needed to, but again, like I said in race one, it's a bit of a hair raiser going one car through there, and now going 3 cars through there is just insane. So, I mean, I'm not sure whose fault that was, but at least one of those cars should have backed off. But anyway, that decision will be up to the stewards. I'm not sure who that was. Rion van der Westhuizen actually still in 4th place. So I'm not sure who came off worse there. I think Peter Krobler, unfortunately, is down in 17th now. So he looks like he was the one that was mostly affected there. Still a long way in the race to go. 14 minutes left. We'll see if Peter Krobler can at least gain some points here, valuable points. He's only, I'd say, about 8 seconds off the top 13, where some decent points can be scored. So let's have a look. We'll switch over to Mika here with the fight against Melvin Close. Melvin Close just going past him there. Let's try and get a, hopefully my camera doesn't go all haywire. Yes, it did. So I was going to say, let's try and get a good view. Oh, as we see someone sliding out there. I'm not sure who that was. I think it might have been Jason Nell. But we'll see if we can actually keep an eye on the action here from our drone camera. So getting close here, Tommy Leary Moss is trying to make a move here on Melvin Close. I don't think he's gonna make a move here, but Rion again under pressure from Melvin. Melvin was part of that incident earlier, I think, but Melvin luckily kept it under control. And Tommy Liam Ross is now trying to join the fight as well. Melvin now right next to, he's going to go on the inside of Rion. So great stuff there, keeping it nice and clean and tidy. Unfortunately, I see Andre Hildebrandt dropping down now to 17th, last place. Peter Krobler making up 2 positions, so not bad, getting there. Now 5 seconds off 13th place, 4 seconds. Tommy Larry Moss trying to make his move now on Rion. As we see, he's going to take a dive up inside. He has to keep it under control, and it looks like a little bit of a tap. Who was that from? Maybe from Dylan, I'm not sure. Again, but he was, Rion van der Westhuizen was put under some big pressure there. At least he kept it on the track and pointed in the right direction. So guys still pretty much on top of each other here. I see from position 8th all the way through to 13th. Guys really close. Dennis Mitchell trying to catch up to the back of Jason now. He's 2.5 seconds now, so a little bit of work to do. Jason now on Steven Castellan, going side by side through the first corner. Gets the move done. So Steven had to heel there, give that position up. Stephen with that other ballast. I believe he's on the 40 kilogram ballast. He's got Rian van der Vestes in front of him now as Jason Null loses a position to Stephen. We'll see if he can win that position back. Don't know. Again, this inner loop, the chicane. Okay, he's not going to make a move up there. So good to see. He's actually got thought twice of it, and good stuff to see. Almost said something I shouldn't have. Rion now again coming under some immense pressure from Jason at the back, just behind him. Up in the front though, you can see Basil van Rain running away with it. 9 seconds, 10 seconds ahead. Looks like Donnie Stunder might have made a mistake, did he? No, it was just my timing tower going all weird. So yeah, we're having a look at Jason. Is he going to make a dive up the inside? He's quite far back. Rion has the right to turn in there, but he doesn't. He heals the position to Jason. We'll see if he can fight back. Sean making it up into 5th place now. Sean Coggill, that is. Or Cockle, as some people like to say. I say Coggill, I don't know, it just sounds better. But anyway, he's making his way up. He made his way up to 5th place now. He starts his trek up to 4th place, chasing down Dylan Fasaki. Tommy Leary and Moss going side by side with Sean Coggill. Taking a little bit of a dive. You see the car getting really unstable there, so you better watch his inside there. He's got someone on his inside, and I think that might be Mika Abrams. Yes, it is indeed. So Mika Abrams now. Guys keeping it nice and tidy. A little bit too close for comfort there. So let's see, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Will Mika keep it on the inside? He's going to have to yield. He does so indeed, and he's going to try and come back another lap. Try and save his tires maybe, and maybe put a fight back up at the end of the race, near the last few minutes. Or maybe he's even got enough speed now to actually make the move again straight away. Dylan Fasaki has dropped back a little bit, although he's actually caught up to Malvin Khoos. So Mika is not giving up just yet. Chandra Tippenall going wide. I just saw that quickly on the timing tower, losing a couple of positions, so very unfortunate for him. Malvin putting, Tommy Leary, is that Tommy Leary Moss? No, it's Malvin under pressure from Dylan Fasaki. So not getting the move done, is he? He's going to be on the outside for the second last corner. Trying to get the switch back, but not getting anything done just there. Maybe down the main straight, we'll see, down the start-finish straight. So trying to keep as close as he can to him. Once again, Watkins Glen providing some great racing action. We'll see. Mika now is thinking about a move. I think he's going to maybe hold back and try and get a nice run and try and make a pass through the straight. Although he doesn't even need to get a slipstream because he's already side by side with Tommy. Getting the move done. He has got momentum now, so I'm not sure if Tommy's going to have enough speed or enough of the straight left to actually make a move. We'll see how strong the slipstream is, but I don't think that's going to be possible. See him in his rearview mirror. He's thinking about it. He's going on the right. He's going on the inside. Okay, so good stuff to see there. So Tommy running a little bit wide, having to cut through the grass there. Going through, doing some window bashing. So unfortunately, Tommy losing out on a position there, trying to get past Mika. Good stuff on Mika to, holding off the pressure, holding him back. So good to see there. Malvin Khoos now trying to get Donnie Stunder, who's up until this point done a great job in holding that second place. But he's going to have to make his car as wide as possible now, get his elbows out and try and defend like his life depended on it. We'll see if he can Or very late braking from Melvin, unless it was just very early braking from Donnie. But great move there. Melvin back up to second place, which I believe is finishing position from race number 1. So some good points for Melvin if he can keep this together. Just going to quickly try and have a look and see where the other guys are. So not much long to go now. 6 minutes left of the race. So we'll see if Mika can actually gain that second needed to actually get a podium position once again. Yeah, make a double podium, double third place for Mika if he can make that extra second up. He is quicker than Donnie Studler, but I'm not sure if he's quicker than Dylan Pasaki. Dylan Pasaki, remember, put it on pole in the first race. But we will see as we see them going almost side by side again through the inner loop. I guess it is more of an inner loop. It's like a big bus stop chicane. But technically it is called the inner loop, and then the outer loop at turn 5. So guys drifting apart just a little bit here. Stephen Castellan, however, is getting ever so close now to the back of Mika Abrams. We'll see. We'll go on audio with Stephen, see if we can get a good view of the fight that's happening with him and Mika. Mika defending on the inside. A little bit of a lock-up from Donnie and a little bit of a mistake from Mika maybe. As now Stephen Castellan comes under pressure from Tommy once again. So Tommy getting his car side by side with Stephen. He's got himself ahead, but I'm not sure if he's going to have the line. As Donnie locks up and goes wide, tries to get the cutback. And, okay, unfortunately, I'm not sure whose fault that was, but we're going to try and stay with the action. Donnie Standers is waiting. He felt like it was his fault, so he is waiting to give that position back. Where is Stephen now? Okay, Stephen has made his way back up into 8th place, but unfortunately, just like that, from 2nd place to all the way down to 12th goes Donnie Stunder. So not so great to see, but it was good to see him giving the place back. I'm not sure. I don't think Donnie knew or kind of anticipated him to be coming up in between Tommy and himself. So I think that's why he thought it was his fault there. Nonetheless, good to see him giving the place back. So a little bit of a dive there coming from Ross, going up the inside. Nice move done on his good friend Sean Coggill. So Malvin Goos now under pressure from Dylan Fasaki with 3.5 minutes left to go. Malvin's going to have his wits about him here. As Dylan Fasaki goes straight past him. Ooh, a little bit of a mistake there. So we'll see if he can hold on to the 2nd place. So Malvin trying to fight back. This is SSRL versus SRAC at its best. Let me see if I can have a look on the YouTube chat here. Yeah, Cleopas saying unlucky there, but Tommy was in the right place at the right time. Definitely agree with you there, Cleopas. So a little bit of a lock-up again there from Dylan, but it looks like he's got the 2nd place in the bag. He just needs to keep it together. Peter Krobler, let's catch up with him. Okay, he's under pressure now from Rion van der Westhuizen, who's dropped back quite a ways. Sean Coggill just stole a position from Mario. I'm not sure how he got that right. But you see Mario in the background there. And then Donnie Stunder just behind him. So great driving so far from the guys, bar that one incident. But there is still 2 minutes left to go, and trying to look for the closest battle here. Donnie Stunder behind Mario Claessens. We'll see if he can make a move and try and make up a position. Remember, he waited after that incident. He waited for Stephen Castellan to regain his position. So at least he'll know he's safe from any penalties, ballast penalties in the next race. So getting pretty close here is Tommy, Leary, Moss, and Mika once again. Trying to go on the outside. It's got to be careful here. So some clean driving from the guys. It's great to see. You know, you just can't go too wide through that corner. Like I said, you can barely go with yourself through there, you know, at top speed. So Mario looks like a couple of mistakes. Trying to keep up with Sean. Jandre Dippenaar now. Trying to get a move done on Rion van der Vestes, and he looks like he's got the run on the inside. He's going to have the outside line going down through laces. So Rion actually keeping that position for now, at least. Looks like he's going to go for a dive up the inside, is he? Nope, he has to back off. So he'll try with 40 seconds left, plus 1 lap to go. Rion van der Westhuizen has just dropped to 15th now. Jandre Dippenaar getting that move done, but is he going to make it stick? He has got the inside line. We'll see if he can keep the momentum. So Rion unfortunately can't get the car going quick enough out of that turn. So dropping a place. Steven Castellan in the same position he was, I think, in the last race. We'll see if he can get any closer to to Dennis. Hopefully he can make us have a nice little tight finish here. So we've got one more lap to go, I believe. We will get confirmation of that. So we've got this lap actually, and then one more lap to go. So a few more minutes just for the race to come to a complete end. We'll try and stick with the action as much as we can. Donnie Standard, this pack is pretty close. We'll try and keep an eye out on these guys here. I'm going to stick with the helicam. I think this is the best view for us going through the inner loop here. A little bit of a late dive on the inside. I think that was Mario or Sean. One of those guys going a little bit off-road. But Sean now trying to get Mario. And then Peter Probler behind Sean Coggill. Donnie Stander very close following behind him. Oh, and a late lunge there from Sean. A little bit of a love tap, just letting him know that he's there. We'll see if Mario can hold him off. On the inside, can he get it stuck? Can he get it stuck? Looks like Sean has got a better run. He is going to have the inside here. But we'll see how good Mario is on the brakes. Try and keep his momentum up. So Sean does have to brake a little bit, which puts Peter Krobler off just a tad. So no moves done there just yet. And Basil is starting on his last lap. So, like I said, he was in a great position at the start of this race to have a good finish for the second race. Quite far ahead right now, 0.2 of a lap. So that is almost a quarter of a lap that he is ahead of Dylan Fasaki. So all the fighting going on behind him, he has done a superb job of keeping the car on the track in the second race. No incidents with any other drivers or anything like that. You know, clear track in front of him. Looks like he's had a really good run. Tommy Larry Moss now. He's trying to fight it out again with Mika Abrams. As we see Mitchell. Oh, I think there was some contact there. Yeah, there must have been Stephen Caston, some contact. I'm not sure who that was between, but Dennis Mitchell gaining 2 positions. Now coming up to the last few corners is Basil van Rijn, but I want to have a look quickly at this last lap battle here between Mario, Peter, and Sean Coggill and Donnie Standler. We'll see. We'll stick with the heli view. So Basil van Rijn is going to win this one, guys. So well done to Basil. But we're going to see the fight. Mika's not going to give up 5th place. It looks like it. Going through the last corners. Let's see. No, I think Tommy is just a little bit too far back now. A couple corners to go. So, trying to think about the move on the inside there. But again, being a little bit smart about it. And keeping his car securing 5th place for Tommy. So guys have also spread out a bit down through the mid-pack, but Basil van Rijn finishes it in 1st place, Dylan Fasaki in 2nd, Melvin Close in 3rd. Mika Abrahams in 4th place, 5th place goes to Tommy Larry Moss, Jason Null in 6th, Dennis Mitchell in 7th, Ross Human in 8th, 9th place goes to Steven, does it? Yes it does. Peter Krobler, well-deserved 10th place there. He had some big battles on his cards there. With the ballast as well, might I add. Guys just crashing it. Race is over. They'll get a new car for the next race next week. But rounding out your top 10 is Peter Krobler. Mario Claessen's finishing just outside the top 10. So getting some valuable points, but top 10 is always better. But that will be that. 12th place, Sean Coggill. 13th, Donnie Stander, Jano Dippenaar, then Rian van der Westhuizen, doing well to finish the race. He had some unfortunate incidents, but hopefully he can have better luck next time. 16th place, Andre Hildebrand, Marius van Wyk finishing at the 17th. So guys, someone revving the engine once again. I just want to say thanks to the drivers. That was a great race. We will be having some interviews. I'm not sure who'll be joining us, but I'm going to try and go grab some guys. Hopefully we'll have the top 3 from race 1 and race 2 join us in a little bit, but if you are around, please stick around and you know, have a little bit of a listen in on the guys and see how the race went for them. But I will be taking a quick short break trying to grab those guys, so please don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few minutes. All right, we are back, ladies and gents, with drivers from the first race and the second race. We have in the chat with us Dylan Fasaki, Melvin Goos, Mika Abrams. I'm not sure where the other guys are, but if they decide to pop in, then we'll get them a bit later. But first of all, we'll speak to Dylan Fasaki. You finished second in the first race. And then you had a little bit of unlucky moment in the second race, I saw, and a lot of tight racing, and then you managed to win. Was that in the? My timing's a little bit off here. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I think that could have possibly been the closest racing that I've seen thus far in the championship, actually. But I mean, how did the race go for you? And I mean, you must have been under some immense pressure, like basically 99% of the time.
So firstly, I had to mental.
Yes.
But, I knew that he was my biggest competition.
Yeah.
Jumped, I thought, okay, well, that is good. I just need to keep Mika behind me, and then everything just smoothly. Hit my line, did everything correct. And the second race, damn, that was quite a nice battle there coming from behind. And being behind Melvin, if it wasn't for that, I don't know, lag spike that he jumped behind me, I have no idea what happened there. If it wasn't for that, I think it would have been a nail-biting fight till the end.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I saw that, but I did see something like that, happen. I saw one or two guys maybe having some connection issues or something like that. But I mean, I know that Melvin is racing, I believe, from Namibia.
Yeah, that's correct.
If I'm not mistaken, which is not far away, but I mean, it's kind of expected with the internet and stuff we have in South Africa. That was some really good racing. It's good driving, man, and well done on that win. And I was actually thinking that as well when I saw Basil get that start. I was thinking, okay, now the pressure's off of you, and now you can, because it's always better to chase down someone than to actually keep someone behind you. Well done on that. And then apologies for not including you in interviews last time around.
That's no stress, man. I'm just joking there with you.
No worries. And then Melvin, second place for you in the first race. And then let's see, and then two podiums actually, second and third place in both races. But you had your work cut out for you in both those races.
Yeah, the first race was actually when I saw Dylan and Basil go, I knew, okay, let's try and settle for third. And I didn't expect Mika to be that quick. I mean, that guy was such a nice race. And at one point I got past him, and I could actually manage the gap a bit. But I couldn't catch Dylan, so I got to a point where I said, okay, settle down, try and save the tires, because I could see them going down quite quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw him coming, and on the last lap, I think I might have had just the edge on him with tires, and I was able to maintain the gap. But to Mika, what a flipping race. That was so awesome. I mean, good, clean racing, fair racing. That was probably one of the best races I've had in a very long time. Race 2, yeah, very weird. Had a good start, got through the traffic quite clean. Actually, there wasn't any incidents except, I think, for one stage, I had a car or two cars in front of me that went off, and that helped us a bit to get through.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew Dylan was coming, so I was trying to push as hard as I could, and I knew Mika was right there because I could see him in the mirrors. And then we went through the S's, and Dylan was behind me, and I was actually playing I wouldn't say the blocking game, but I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna make it as hard as possible for him, and I was on the inside, and it actually worked better to keep on the inside on the main straight and then drive the curbs, to be honest. And it was behind me, and the next one was in front of me, and I was like, what button did he push? And I was confused for 3 laps. I lost the pace completely trying to figure it all out. So that was weird. But as you said, I'm in Namibia. It's a South African server. We don't have load shedding. We have something else, but I'm not allowed to say it on the stream. But boys,
No,
yeah,
but
it was good fun, and I really, really enjoyed it. And again, towards the end, I think this time around, Mika kept his tires strong, and he was coming and coming, him and Tommy. And if there was one more lap left, they would have caught me. So what a race! What a race!
yeah. No, man, congrats again. But yeah, no, definitely it was one for the books, this one, especially from my point of view. A lot of, especially going through, there was one incident I saw going through the inner loop there, that bus stop, which I saw 3 cars attempt to go through there, three wide, and I was just, that was probably the worst thing I saw all night. But other than that, there was some really good racing, and yeah, well done to like you guys for keeping it clean. And then congrats again on your 2nd place and 3rd place. And then we move on to Mika. Great racing, like Melvin just said now. There's some good clean racing there. First race for you, 3rd place, and then 4th place in race number 2. You also, everyone came under immense pressure throughout the races. But yeah, unfortunately for you, you couldn't make it a double podium. But yeah, let us know. How did those races go for you in the end?
It was a very tight race in qualifying. After Dylan and Basil were 5 tenths in front, I didn't expect to be fighting with them. I just thought I had to keep my cool and try and keep 3rd place. But that was obviously not the case. It was very close, obviously, thanks to Melvin, very close racing. I really thought I was going to have him at the end, but my tires fell off completely and I lost everything. But the 3rd place was still good. And then 2nd race, that was complete chaos in the beginning, getting bumped off everywhere and stuff, but it was all good. Damaged my aero a lot, so in the last few laps, I couldn't really catch up to Melvin as how I would like to, because I also had to try and keep Tommy behind. But other than that, it was 2 good races, much better than previous races.
Yeah, like I said as well, I think that was probably some of the best racing, given the nature of the track that we're racing at. It's a really tough track to keep it clean through a lot of the corners, because every corner, you just want to, you can't help it but try and send it up the inside in a lot of the corners. But yeah, again, congrats, and yeah, well done on clean race. And then, do we have anyone else? Let me just check if we have anyone else. It doesn't look like we have anyone else in the interview room for tonight. Peter Krobler is actually sitting in one of the other channels. I'm not sure if he wasn't on the podium, but yeah, I think we'll leave it at that then for tonight. So provisionally, I want us to have a look at the championship standings. Dennis Mitchell is leading the points by 8 behind Stephen Castellan. And then Peter Krobler's in 3rd. So those are going to be your drivers for the ballast for next week. And Melvin, you're still in 4th place, so you're just keeping it just outside that ballast zone. So I don't know if you're doing it deliberately, but I think that's probably a smart thing to do. Just keeping it until the last couple of races, and then you're going to pounce. But
playing it safe, and then gonna bounce balls off. I think honestly, Dylan, he was so quick tonight. I think he had a proper Volvo. I had a Chinese Volvo, so that was. I think that was a problem. If I look at the back of my car, it was a Chinese.
I mean, Dylan actually got the fastest lap in the first race, 1:55.7. You were close behind him by a 10th, I think, with the fastest lap. But yeah, some definite close times and close racing. But
so I did a 55.6 in the first race.
Does it not go in order? Then. Oh, no, it doesn't go in order. On my side, it's not in order.
Oh.
So, yeah, well, I stand corrected. Mika, well done on that fastest lap then. I don't know why my time's not showing in order, but yeah. But thanks again, guys, for joining tonight. We'll see you hopefully next week. Hopefully load shedding doesn't hinder us again. And, yeah, we'll see you all next week again, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thanks, guys.
One more thing, Maurice, if we can.
Yeah.
Just from our side, I mean, it was spectacular to see tonight. Some experience, SRIC and SSRL. Dicing like we did, close racing, and I
Definitely.
know one of the Some Race South Africa guys was looking at the stream and said, wish his guys had entered. So I'm putting the challenge out there. There's a couple of races left. Guys, join in. It's so much fun. The
Nice,
more, the
man.
merrier.
Yeah, I actually saw something about that in the chat. I saw something about Some Race South Africa, and I was like, I didn't really get a chance to read it. I was trying to, follow the action of the race. But no, definitely, yeah, challenge set. If you guys are at Some Race South Africa and any other community in South Africa and the surrounding, countries, if you want to join, come join us. The link for our Discord is in the description, and it'll be good to have you. We've got 5 races left of the season. Of this championship, but we've got a few other things in the works as well. So yeah, challenge set. Thanks for that, Marvin.
Ciao, guys. Have a nice evening.
Lekker. Cheers. All right, guys. So that's going to be it for our round 5 action from Watkins Glen. As you see on the screen right now, F4 British Championship is going to be running from the 8th. It started on the 8th of January to the 26th of Feb. We are racing on Saturday evening at Croft, I believe. So if you're around, come and tune in for that. And then otherwise, we will see you again next week, Wednesday, same time, same place. Once again, thanks to our sponsors, Alwyn and SKNY Media. Without you, obviously, these streams, and that wouldn't be possible. And then again, most importantly, thanks for you viewers out there. It's always good to have you guys watching, coming back. And then, like Melvin said as well, to any other guys, part of any other community out there, if you guys want to come join our Discord, get all the info on there and come join us for the next race. And it will be Poznan in Poland. So another great flowing track there. So yeah, challenge set. Hopefully we see you guys join us. But from me and or from Sim Experience, everyone here at Sim Experience, thank you very much for joining. It's good night. And for me, Monet, good night. Good night.